Right, okay, last night I was having a brainstorm thinking about Pokemon and Pokemon cards and where all this is going, and I'm very opinionated on it, so I'm going to make a video talking some bollocks about it. Quick introduction, if you've not come across our videos before, we started a business 3 years ago with one of these vending machines, and yeah, we've grown into an online retailer doing card shows and all that kind of stuff with trading cards, Pokemon, One Piece, blah, blah, all that crap. Anyways, moving on, I just want to get straight into these videos. Pokevend.co.uk is our website, missed that bit out. So essentially, where is all this going? All this madness of trading cards, where it's all going, where's it all spanning from? What is going on right now, and my opinion on it, if anyone's asked, I'm going to tell you anyways. I think overall, in this hobby that we're in, this Pokemon card hobby, in trading cards and collectibles, all this recent boom that's been crazy over the last, I don't know what the time frame is, maybe 18 months. To me, this is just the start of something. It might sound crazy to some people, but I'm saying this is the start when some people are talking about when this is all going to drop off and that kind of stuff. But I'm talking over a prolonged period of time, 10, 15, 20 years. To me, this is just the start of collectibles becoming, they're already massive. I'm not trying to play it down because it is a huge industry, but this is just still the start of everything going. Trading cards growing into what they essentially will become, which, in my opinion, again, this is all opinion based, are going to be bigger and bigger, grow and grow and grow. I do not think that trading cards will ever die off, or Pokemon will ever die off. It's the highest grossing media franchise in the world. After 30 years in the game, they are the masters of this kind of stuff. I just think this is all still the beginning of a much bigger picture. All the kids now who are getting into Pokemon, they're going to do what I did, which is, I was massively into it until like Gen 4, when I was like probably 12, 13. I dipped out and I came back in when I was coming out my apprenticeship. I was like 20, 21 years old, and I came back in with adult money and I started spending. And it's just a constant cycle of all these people, younger people who don't stay the course, they'll come back in. Pokemon's class, let's be honest, the demographics kind of change and the opinion and all this kind of stuff. There's another thing I want to speak about. I need to word this correctly. Pokemon is, I'm going to say this loosely, and wait for my description. Pokemon is now a lot cooler than it was 3 or 4 years ago. 3 or 4 years ago, if you're into this stuff like I have been back in for 5 or 6 years now, in the business 3 years, 5 or 6 years back in personally, it's nerdy, we all know it is, no one's bothered about that, that's not me slandering it, it's a nerdy thing, and if you're into this kind of stuff, you're classed as a nerd, and I asked about that, that's fine, I don't think that's a bad term personally. But now it's becoming, I don't want to say cool, but it's becoming, because some people still say, shut up, you nerd, it's not cool, it's still this and that. But in my opinion, it always has been. And now a lot of people are starting to come into it because it's trendy, it's cool, and there's money involved. They are 3 massive factors. It's fashionable with trendy with celebrities. We've seen Kim Kardashian shopping for trading cards the other day. Footballers such as Antoine Griezmann, huge name in football if you don't know who he is. French international player, played in La Liga for 17 years, collects Pokemon cards, all these names, and you've got all the Sidemen and Mr. Beast, Logan Paul, all these people who are impressionable on younger people, younger generations, and sometimes not even younger generations. I'm talking, people in the 20s, 30s, 40s, all watch these people, and it's just a constant cycle of people coming in, some people dipping out, but then coming back in later on in life, and also some people just stay in the course because trading cards are class, Pokemon's class, it's all great, and there's just a massive thing with, maybe there's been some people looking at getting into this stuff in the last year, 6 months, 8 months, whatever. Voice break, it happens every video. And now they're seeing all these people, it's constantly pushed in the face online by all these like trendy celebrities, cool celebrities, all this kind of stuff. And that's making them come on board and jump on, which is class. Like, honestly, it is class. Obviously, for a lot of people, it didn't take that kind of stuff, and there's nothing wrong with it. If it's taken, you're seeing these people to for it to become impressionable on you, to get you in, that's not a bad thing. I'm just saying, voice break again, I'm just saying that's kind of how everything's working and snowballing at the minute. And for me, in my opinion, this again is the start of a bigger picture, and I'm talking long term. Obviously, there's going to be times when popularity kind of plateaus and the market plateaus, or we get a little dip, but overall for me, this stuff is just, it's hot stuff, it's popular stuff, it's popular for a reason, it's good for a reason, it's nostalgic for a lot of people. Pokemon, they're so good at everything. Everything about the trading card game itself is brilliant. The cards look unbelievable. They're the masters of marketing and all this stuff. You literally cannot get the stuff. You cannot go into your, do you understand how mad that is? We've become, accustomed to it now, and it's more normalised because it's been going on for so long. But you cannot walk in to your local Smiths and buy Pokemon. You can't do it. Do you understand how mad that is? Like, it's become normal. That is, it's literally mad, and I don't see it changing. All I see is growth. All I see is growth. That is literally all I see. I cannot see it changing for a few reasons that I've spoke about, and I don't know. I'm trying to get across my opinion, and it is quite strong. It really is. Sorry, I'm going to cut this. Right, I didn't want to have to edit this video. I had to cut it off, then I thought I had a call, but I don't. What I was going to say. So anyways, at one point, if you was to walk on it, right, I talk about trading cards are huge, this and that, it's so popular, and it is, it's incredibly popular, it's getting more popular and more popular. But one analogy I kind of like to think about is, if you was to go outside, right, as popular as all of us people, if you're watching this video, you're probably into trading cards, or you're looking at getting into it, or whatever, or I don't know. Anyways, if you was to walk down the street, right, and speak to 50 people, mixed age groups, and say, hypothetically ask them the question, do you understand how popular Pokemon cards are or trading cards are? Probably 80% of them would say, Pokemon, didn't that die years ago? What are you on about? What? I didn't. If you said to them, this card's worth 500 quid, they'd go, no, it's not. There's still so many people who, I have it all the time, speaking to people who if I go to a new workplace and speaking to people, they're like, what, is that still on the go? Is that still a thing? And it's mad how popular it is within obviously a certain demographic, and people are already into it. But there's still so much more room for growth to bringing people in. And I don't know, I don't know what I'm trying to say. It's long-windedly, I personally do not know where the limit is, where the sky is, where does it end? Where does it end? I think it's so open-ended. I just don't know how far this stuff can go. When I started the business 3 years ago, I always thought that this kind of stuff was underappreciated, undervalued, and I got sucked back in big style. I'm a proper nostalgia merchant, and during COVID, when I dug my old Pokemon cards out, because I'd seen online that some cards were worth some value, this and that, I was like, I'll dig my cards out and maybe have a flick through and maybe probably sell them. As soon as I dug them, I kid you not, as soon as I dug them cards out and flicked through, there was not a chance I was ever selling them cards. I've graded some of them. Like, I had a Gold Star Raikou, graded it a PSA 4, and I'm not joking, I would not sell that card for any amount of money. It means too much to me, and all my cards were in bad condition, but you know, I will not sell my personal stuff from when I was a kid, no chance. And that nostalgia is it's so incredibly strong. It was strong with me, and I know there'll be other people the same, other people who start getting back into this stuff. And as I've mentioned, it's not just my generation and people a few years older than me. Everybody now who is younger and getting into this stuff, and they're going into their LGS and buying cards, and they're maybe playing a few tournaments, and some of these people, these younger people, they might dip out. Some will stay the course, some might dip out, but when they get to the age I was, for example, 19, 20, you start getting paid, or your interests change, you know, you start putting yourself out there, you can go to your local shops by yourself, you get sucked back in, and the nostalgia is incredibly strong with it, and it's all just one big cycle of people coming in and out, in and out, in and out, but the majority of people are coming in and staying in eventually. And that's why I just think, where can it go seriously? And the push that it's getting from like celebrities and A-listers and TikTokers and influencer people and all that stuff, these videos are getting millions of views. There are streamers, this was my final point actually, there are streamers everywhere, in pretty much everywhere, ripping packs constantly 24/7. There is constantly 24/7 access to being able to buy a booster pack. That is, obviously we didn't have that a few years, or rip and shits were happening a few years ago, but nothing on the scale that they are now. Do you understand how mad that is? At any point, at any time, in pretty much any place, you can jump online and start buying packs, and that is insane. Which obviously means that the supply of cards is constantly getting eliminated, constantly coming down, which is crazy. It's like all this like 151 ETBs and stuff. People are like, oh, can they hold the value? Prismatic, can they hold the value? We're going to keep getting printed and printed. Don't matter. They're going to keep getting ripped and ripped and ripped and ripped. They'll still be getting, when it's £100 a pack, they'll still be getting ripped. When it's £200 a pack, the packs will still be getting ripped, and that supply will just keep going down. Money in all the products will continue to be crazy, and money sucks a lot of people in. Say, I've talked about it, it's now cooler than it was before, it's trendier, and the financial side, it's just going to keep growing in my opinion. And money brings people in. It brings people in for business. It brings people in because they're interested. It brings people in to just because people think it's mad and they want a piece of that cake. Do you know what I mean? Whether it's as a collector or whether it's as someone trying to try it as a business. I don't know, trading cards. I wanted to make this video for a while, and I am going to start talking. I know these videos don't get too many views, and if you are still listening, I appreciate it. But do leave a comment, tell me your opinion on all this kind of stuff, because it interests me a lot. Obviously, I'm in as a collector, I'm in as the business, and I don't know, I love this stuff. I love talking about business, I love talking about Pokemon and all that stuff. I am a big fat nerd, essentially. And yeah, I think that's it. Pokeven.co.uk, go check it out. I've probably missed some stuff out of this video that I wanted to talk about. I'm proper bad for that, me. I start rambling and then I go off on tangents and I'm like, I didn't even speak about what I wanted to speak about, but is what it is, isn't it? Right, yeah, Pokeven.co.uk, all that crap, promotive crap, subscribe, like, and have a good weekend. Sit a bit.